a time set aside for meditation, for prayer, for silence. The idea of prayer is pretty well conditioned in our hearts and in our attitudes about the idea of petition, of an effort to change the laws of the universe, to bring all of life to a stop for my needs and my wants. And that's a pretty vain and arrogant kind of approach to prayer. It's also a little silly, because it goes outside what I think the reverential life is about, the spiritual life is about. The notion of spirituality has to do with connecting with that which is eternal and of energy and sustains all existence and moves through at all time. It's the creative force of life, the Spirit. It's energy. It's compassion. Poets and writers and musicians and philosophers give it qualities and describe it for us. But it is simply the raw energy that keeps life moving. And we as the poets, and we as the meaning makers have the opportunity to put some significance on that movement for our own uses, for purposes of inspiration, to find meaning for our existence. What's life for? What is life for? It's an opportunity to see the beauty of these children this morning. It's an opportunity to see the change of seasons, to look at our poor friends in Buffalo, New York with 7 foot of snow, and to say, not too boldly, I'm glad I'm not there. It is a condition of being aware of our existence and being appreciative of it. So prayer is not about a petition. It's more like what the Buddha was trying to say. Stay awake. Be aware. And that awareness presumes something. It presumes our ability to discern what we see. And it must be called miracle. It must be called wondrous. It must be called amazing. Because look at the storyline. Look what happens. Old Mother Nature in her faithfulness moves and keeps going even with us, the parasite, afflicting her, giving us opportunities to change our ways and direct the paths of health and wholeness. So prayer is about a simple awareness of the wonder around us. And it's also turning the mirror back on ourselves to see and look at those things honestly and caringly about what we struggle with. All of us have been conditioned to some degree with what people have told us, by the amount of love or the absence of love, or the amount of encouragement or the absence of encouragement that has shaped our being. But at some point in our existence, we become aware that we can be shapers of our lives, that we can make choices, that we can say yes to some things. We can try to move beyond the script that has been given us, the role that was assigned to us. So Doak Mansfield, standing in a pulpit this morning in Tampa, Florida, the son of a sharecropper from Middle Tennessee, talking to 100 or so beautiful people about what life means. That's beyond what was scripted for me. And I bet if you look at your life, what you have lived and are living is beyond what was scripted for you. If not, and you're not happy with it, it's an opportunity to do some changing. So in a time of prayer and meditation, may we be about looking at ourselves and looking at our world with loving eyes, with hopeful intent, with an abiding faith that with some choices and some awarenesses and some good learnings, we can move on. We can take that next step of hope. We can find the love in our own beings to share back to the world, not knowing if we're going to get any back, but knowing that's what we've got to give. And that's what's important. What we've got to give, not what the world is going to give us. In a time of silence, let us be at home with the holy that's in our heart. Let us go to that altar that touches us. Let's go to that safe place and wonder and hope and bless and claim. Gracious Spirit, in this time together, may we be about claiming life and renewal of hope. Let us be aware of the transitions and the changes that have possessed us, shaped us, brought us to this point. May we find with a clear vision the trail ahead. even though it be shaded in shadow. May we find the courage of faith sustained by the love we share and the love we generate to be about claiming life and its hope, its possibilities. Let us always be aware of those who struggle around the world to have what we have or just a part of what we have. Let us not be guilt-ridden but inspired to be agents of change that can help all find the good and the wondrous in life, and not to be burdened by the mistakes and the wrong choices and the arrogance of human spirits, but to be lifted up and encouraged and trained and enforced by the opportunities ahead of us. Let us be co-creators with the wonder that can be, claiming the resources that are given, refining them, appreciating them, and offering back for the next generations to come. As we are links of hope, let us be also conveyors of love. That attention, that awareness, that appreciation, that kindness, that compassion that gives life its substance, its meaning, its blessings. May it be so for us and for all life. Amen.